What's up? Name's Rek. I'm a coach. And I've come out of retirement from doing patch notes videos because apparently this one is so interesting that I have to look at it. It's what everyone keeps telling me. So I'm a day late, $1 short, but you know what? Doesn't matter. We're going to have a good laugh. So I've heard there are some interesting changes in these patch notes, so I've decided the video is in order. If you are watching this, it means that I made it through in one piece, probably. Maybe not. We'll see. Anyway, I do apologize for the huskiness of my voice. I'm going through a bit of a spell at the moment, but we'll be all right. We'll get there. All right, so season 13 is upon us. The season of Spellbinders with Mythic Spellbinder Widowmaker. Cool, don't care. Anyway, next one. So Halloween event and all that inclusive is cool. Apparently there are some interesting skins in the game for My Hero Academia. I've never watched it personally, so yeah, you can go ahead and roast me in the comments for that one if you like, but go ahead. All right. General updates. Here we go. So the patch notes that we have here. Interactive scoreboard. To give players easier access to social features, especially on controllers, we've added the ability to interact with the scoreboard. Interactive scoreboard is intended to make reporting faster and easier. Well, everyone knows we're going to be using that. To also improve your social experience through whatever channels you prefer to communicate in or avoid entirely. Following features are now accessible via the scoreboard. Adjusting mic volume of yourself and others, reporting other players, joining and leaving, team voice chat, group chat, okay. Muting team text, muting match text, muting text chat of other players. Cool. Glad that's actually doable now. That was one of the things that was awkwardly missing from the game, but that's fine. Matchmaking updates. Tuning changes to reduce queue times for wide matches in competitive play. Lost streak avoidance tuned to prevent cases where it could increase worst case scenario queue times. Ouchie. We're not seeing measurable impact from this tech in preventing lost streaks, and we're concerned it might be making queue times longer, so we're scaling it back. Interesting. Okay, role delta tuning tightened to try to match ranks on the roles each team more closely, which I assume that means that like instead of getting like a GM tank versus a platinum tank, you're gonna get two plat tanks and then like hopefully two GM supports or some shit like that in those cases. We believe that match quality improves significantly when you are matched closely with one of the members on the opposing team in the same role. We believe we can tighten this preference without significantly impacting queue times. Now, funny story, someone did at me today or yesterday, like in the last 24 hours. Or rather, they added another member of the Discord. So for those of you who are regulars in my Discord, Sammy added Kiva, so that's a diamond and a top 500. So the diamond tank, a top 500 support, adding each other. And turns out they were in the same match together. So apparently the wide gaps have definitely happened. I've seen a few cheeky screenshots from Karomi as well with a lot of spread going on. So maybe the weirdness of the spread is that there's always been a lacking amount of tank players. So you're going to get like a low rank tank player with very high rank like DPS and support players. So that would be interesting to see. I can only imagine how great that's going. Oh, here we go. Role Delta has been updated to prioritize the tank role above other. Oh, speak of the devil. We're thinking about how to improve the tank experience from every angle to give them more even matches, to reduce one-sided matches for the whole team further. So, in other words, apparently devs are very aware that the state of tank is pretty shit, and have decided that this is because of one-sided matchups. Not because the way the tank class is designed is terrible, but okay, that's interesting. At higher ranks, the effects of MMR decay, winning trend, losing trend, and calibration have been reduced. There goes one of Karomi's tricks. The calibration tricks are destroyed, it looks like. So at higher strengths, these modifiers can sometimes allow very high skill players playing on new accounts to get lucky. To get lucky. to, to get to 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 get lucky. Lucky, you reckon? You reckon this was luck, not them spamming it over and over again? Really? You really think so? All right then. Never mind that I literally get messages about this daily. I don't know about that one, mate. Oh dear. and surpass their peak ranks considerably without actually earning their new rank like other players that have played more on their accounts. I'm just imagining, right? I'm just kind of sitting here and I'm just imagining like a dev from Overwatch trying to tell Kuromi with a straight face that they don't belong in their rank. Oh dear. Oh, that's a good one. That's a fucking good one. Oh dear. Anyway, at higher ranks, the matchmaker now takes into account the benefits of grouping when constructing matches. At the highest ranks, groups have had a noteworthy advantage against teams composed of all solo players for some time now. Our aim with this edition isn't to remove the advantage of grouping at higher ranks entirely, but we like the advantage of grouping at higher ranks to be less extreme. So what? You just get less points if you're in a group? It doesn't really like tell me what's going on. Like, what do you just get shitter players on your team? Do you get less points? Like, what exactly happens? It's a very interesting problem to have. It's odd. It's not as if like if the whole point and purpose of it is to just put people in the bin for grouping with others, then I guess everyone just sort of loses out because the quality of pure solo games is not particularly great. So, yeah. Public custom games. Hosting public custom games now requires endorsement level 3. What? A reminder that we've been actioning accounts that post disruptive content in the game browser, and we're serious about removing problematic players that don't follow our code of conduct. Whenever an account is actioned for a social penalty, they're reduced to endorsement level 0. So the combination of social actions in this feature will allow for one chance to change their behavior before they're permanently banned. Anyone that is below endorsement level 3 can still host games with the friends or invite only settings, but they will not have access to the everyone setting. I really want to know. I really, really want to know what caused this. Like, it's such an interesting thing to have happen, which leads me to believe that there is some. I mean, okay. I already was of the belief that there was some degenerate shit going on in the custom game browser of Overwatch, but you know, whether that's a myth or reality is up to whoever you ask. But for it to get to this point where we have people that are actually like, you can't host a public game if you are not endorsement level 3. Like, what on earth could you have possibly been doing for it to get to this point? You know? I really want to know what's up with that. I really do. Really want to know. Streamer Protect. Access to the Hide My Name function of Streamer Protect now requires completing the Unrelenting Hero Lifetime Challenge. What? We've been listening to community feedback that new accounts should be required to earn access to the feature, but it's important that this feature can't be abused by various types of disruptive players that tend to play on very new accounts. As a reminder, the Hide My Name feature does not prevent disruptive players from being punished when they've been reported, since we know their actual battle tag behind the scenes. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure their battle tag still appears in the replay function. Despite that, like, yes, of course, it ruins the game experience in real time, but I'm pretty sure if you view a replay from someone else's perspective, you still get names. I could be wrong, but I definitely recall that happening in previous ones that I have reviewed, just for the record. Unless it's because they created the replay. No, that wouldn't be the case. No, that would actually. You know what? Now I'm just confused. I figured that it was always able to be seen. Maybe someone will have to correct me on that. I'll have to go and double check at some point. Anyway. I gotta be honest with you though. Maybe I don't pay enough attention to the game. What is the Unrelenting Hero Lifetime Challenge? I mean, maybe that's how they're gonna win. They'll just stop people from actually knowing what this challenge is. Therefore, they won't earn it. Truthfully, though, I got no idea. Maybe I can't even access this feature now. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, challenge updates. Select challenges are now visible in the main menu. Challenge rewards can now be inspected in the challenges menu. Cool. All right. Shop updates. Mythic skin aspects, add-ons to the club. Don't care. Overwatch League store tab was removed and replaced by a separate button. Don't care. Competitive updates. The requirements to appear on the top 500 leaderboard have changed. Win requirement per season is reduced from 50 to 25. Oh, what is this? The Season Competitor Challenge. 750 lifetime wins in competitive play is now required to be completed to be eligible for any top 500 leaderboard starting in season. Oh my god. Now I understand what the hell. Oh no. Now I understand what Karemi was talking about. So Karemi was in my DMs yesterday saying that a whole bunch of people just became ineligible for top 500 for some ungodly reason. And I didn't understand what on earth they were talking about, and now I get it. So it's now essentially impossible for any Smurf account to actually make it into the top 500 leaderboard, which is fine. I don't understand the whole need for the phone number if this was possible in the first place, but that's fine. The funniest part is that the current top 5, if you think about it, the 750 lifetime wins in competitive play, that's quite hard to do. Like, if you started, hang on. If you started this, unless you were literally like right up in the paint for the longest time, if you had started in Overwatch 2, wow. You actually would have. So that means that, like, oh no, I get why they were saying that. So apparently, players like Rootball, Kevster, Violet, all these top 500 players are like ineligible to be it because they haven't got 750 lifetime wins. Because a lot of them were just like, a lot of people were just playing on separate accounts when they already parked top 500 on their main when they had started in, like, you know, any season later than the start of Overwatch 2. Unless they were like just hard grinding it ever since. That means by this comparison, like, even if I made a grind back to top 500, I wouldn't be eligible. Because most of my hours are from Overwatch 1, not 2. Holy crap. That's wow. They just gutted like about 90% of the top 500 leaderboard. I mean, it's nice that it gets rid of, like, I'm sorry, Kareri, but like this is definitely something that like I was pretty much against. Is that it gets rid of like people like Karomi who are like parking multiple accounts in the top 10 just for the sake of it, or people like Yazan who are doing the same thing like for long times, like that. But I understand how they got there because like there was nothing else to do at that point. They'd have to level another account because the queue times were too long. But yeah, now we're just like, yeah, fuck everything. Just cut the whole thing out. You would have needed 50 wins from every season. People that have 2,000 hours might not even have 50 wins every season in this. 50 wins per season. You know, I'm wondering, maybe someone knows the math, but what's the math to finish the battle pass? How many matches do you have to finish the battle pass? And we say half of those are wins. I don't even think the amount to finish the battle pass in win and loss form is enough to cover all of the wins in competitive play. Take it from someone like me who only played competitive on my previous battle passes. It took me a while to get to that point. But I wasn't playing every day. I was playing often, but not every day. I I there is definitely not, because the other problem is the average actual competitor would be scrimming instead of bloody grinding the comp ladder. This is yeah. This is a swift axe to the tree that that is the top 500 leaderboard right now. I think like we're actually losing more than 75% of the top 500 leaderboard. Like the only players that I can think of right now that would be like nestling in there are players like what's his name, like Harblu, who are constantly playing on the one account generally, who might still be eligible for that on their own. But that's that's crazy. So yeah, we got stuck here for a hot second because this is just hilarious. Oh boy, all right, can't wait to see how that's going. Anyway, hero updates. Swapping a hero now hides your selection on the enemy's scoreboard for 15 seconds. This change adds more friction to counter swapping, especially in the extreme case where two players on opposite teams are both sitting in spawn with the scoreboard open and rapidly switch their heroes in response to other players' choices. Do people actually do this? I thought the whole problem with things like counter swapping was just you go out, you lose, you come back as the new character that counters that character, then you win that fight, they go home, change character, come back out as the other character. I never understood that as people literally sitting in base, just constantly tab switching between, like, but while that's happening, is the whole match not going on ahead of you? Like, without you? Do we even need tanks in the game anymore if tanks are going to sit there just counter swapping and fucking spawn the whole time? Huh. Can we just fix the tank roll instead of just, like, getting to this point? This is just weird. Like, I get why it's there, but, like, cool, bro. Like, yeah, it hasn't really changed a whole lot. Are people just going to wait and spawn for 15 seconds now? Because, yeah, like, obviously my idea of counter swapping is just you go out, you win a fight, that person gets sent home, they come back out as a counter hero. And then they come out, kick your ass, you go, well, fuck, I got to counter that now. You go home, pick out a character, come back again. Like, isn't that what's going to happen? So nothing's changed? Smile? Anyway. Hero updates. Morga. Increasing the duration of Morga's burn effect will help better reward going for the smaller, harder to hit targets. So ignite damage over time, duration, increased from 3 to 4 seconds. Cool. More damage. Ramatra's pummel projectiles passing through barriers was a source of frustration for players trying to protect themselves or their... Oh no. With these changes enabling Ramatra to deal critical damage to barriers, he will still be a valuable hero choice against barrier mechanics, but won't immediately apply damage to players on the other side. No longer pierces barriers, but deals 2.5 extra damage to barriers. Okay. That's reasonable, I guess. I mean, it stops Ramatra from just immediately dunking on Reinhardt, so that kind of, like, helps, I guess. But, yeah. I mean, doing 2.5... Like, this is now, like, spam-worthy insanity because you do 2.5 extra damage to barriers? What? That's crazy. Even Ramatra mirror matches don't give a shite no more. This is some... Okay, Reinhardt. This is some fine shooting for barrier health and regeneration as it's become slightly too tough to break. Are you joking? Has it really come to a point where Reinhardt's shield's hard to break through? I don't believe that for the slightest. But we're down to 1500, I guess. Cool story. I mean, the fact that this exists and this is happening is odd, but okay. Hanzo. We are reverting Hanzo back to his previous health now that it's possible to take out an opposing Hanzo with a well-aimed headshot thanks to the weapon damage changes. There are more weapon damage changes? Okay. So now he's got 250 health. Cool. Sojourn. These railgun changes swap out the 25 minimum energy it decays to for a longer time before it begins to degenerate, which alleviates some of the pressure to quickly use the secondary fire. Disruptor Shot getting a damage increase also helps its effectiveness as an area denial tool, and along with additional utilities regenerating smaller gun of railgun. Oh, it actually generates railgun? Oh boy. Oh boy, it's now incredibly useful, and it does more damage. Oh boy, Disruptor Shot just got really good. Oh boy. I mean, the energy, like, degrading is fine, but it takes 12 seconds now. That's insane. Sojourn's good now. Yeah, that's cool. Sojourn was always okay, and now Sojourn is good. because, yeah. And the problem is the average player can't play Sojourn because aiming between two different styles is very, very difficult on the fly. Sombra, oh boy. Alright. This is a significant change to Sombra's playstyle in the hopes of making her more interactive for the opposing team and shifting some of her power from the utility of stealth and hack into increased lethality. Stealth having a limited duration, less than the translocator cooldown, is intended to create brief windows of vulnerability. It still enables Sombra to cross through dangerous areas unseen, but to really hang out in the enemy backline will require moving from cover to cover, similar to other flanking heroes. No longer having the stealth movement speed removed from upon taking damage enhances its usefulness as an escape tool. Oh. Hack no longer ends stealth, but does reveal Sombra. Hacked ability lockout effect duration reduced to 1 second, but the EMP is still 1.5. Bob hack stun duration reduced from 10 to 3. That's a gutting. Oh, Bob. Alright. Translocator cooldown increased from 5 to 7 seconds. Alright. Ultimate cost increased 12%. Alright. Stealth, no longer passive and now activates by using What? What? Now, I can't even get past the first line. What? What is that? No longer passive and now activates by using Translocator. Now has a 5-second duration. Added stealth timer around the reticle and remove the ability icon. Taking damage now reveals Sombra for 1 second instead of ending stealth. What? Are you for real? What? What a gutting! Holy crap! The Opportunist passive has been added back in. Increases Sombra's weapon damage versus weapon damage not virus. Versus hack targets by 20%. See critically injured enemies through walls. Okay, for real, the damage part is nice, but all of the utility for Sombra has just been fucking destroyed. No. So on a 7-second cooldown, you have to throw your translocator to be put into stealth. There's no setup to it, so you're essentially... There'll be a 2-second window of vulnerability if you choose to make this flank, and it's incredibly easy to see whether Sombra... Yeah, this character's dead. This character is just beyond dead. There is no way that you could come back from that. You might as well just play Tracer in every situation despite that, because at least you'll have the mobility to get out of that kind of trouble. Like, that's so insane. Holy shite. Look, I hate Sombra because I'm a tank player. Don't get me wrong, right? But, I'm sure she still does decent damage, but this is painful. Holy hell. Because you have absolutely no setup for this character now. Like, I get the game is fast-paced, but, like, requiring just that little bit of setup, especially, like, on, like, those high-ground maps is so paramount for us at high-level play. At average-level play, this probably doesn't affect Sombra at all, because the average player can't play Sombra anyway. But this is... Man, like... Look, I'm going to be honest with you. If Fitzy here hasn't already quit the game because of this, I would be surprised if he doesn't soon. Because, well, we all know how well the Wife Lever top 500 journey went. Seriously, big shout outs to Fitzy. Great content creator, nice individual as far as I've seen. And a lot of my community love his content, so like I dig it. But yeah, this is sad. I actually feel sorry for him. If this like completely just removes his want to play the game, I get it. This is huge. Like part of me hates I'm hater of the year when it comes to Sombra, right? Because I'm a tank player. It's natural. But I mean, at least it doesn't end stealth immediately, but like you'll be revealed, which doesn't make it any better for you. So like your escape potential is just it's gone. You are all or nothing now. You are literally all or nothing. Before it was like, oh, you like at least like maybe Translocator will get you out. Now you just You are committed. You are absolutely committed to that shit, no matter what. And plus, it is very easy for people to see where that Translocator is going. So, yeah, Nice knowing you. All right, supports. Baptiste. What? Changes aiming at reducing the fatigue resulting from controlling the recoil over long periods of time to play more than trying to... what? Recoil reduced by 30... Okay. I wasn't aware people cared about the recoil of Baptistes. All right. Shrug. That's pretty much all you get from me. Brigitte. Brigitte's healing output over the course of a match is quite high, so this is a slight adjustment to help bring that in line. Yeah, reasonable. I was about to say, sorry, Juno nerf in here? Juno's healing output is too high for how much mobility she possesses. I mean, basically Anna, but can fly. Yeah, I get it. So we're shortening her fall-off range to increase the importance of positioning well with her mobility. Fall-off range reduced from 50 to, from 30 to 50 to 20 to 35. Jeez, 20 to 35 is pretty painful. But I mean, you still have the aerial advantage, so it's not the worst thing ever. But the healing per projectile has been reduced. Damage doesn't seem to have changed though, so she still has those moments, which is fine. We take those. I gotta be honest, man. If you're a Sombra main, I would totally understand if you have stopped playing this game, because good lord, that is. Okay. Map updates. Clash. Capture time on the final objective, points A and E, now increases for attackers as segments get secured consecutively to make the first segment easier to capture for attackers, but the consecutive ones harder. That doesn't matter because everyone only captures the first one and then gets driven off, and then we are stuck there in limbo between point 3 and 4 for like ages, and it sucks. That's the whole reason why we hate this. Defenders now respawn instantly as the first segment and second segment get secured instead of when the previous objective points B or D get captured. What? Unlock time for the final objective point A and E has been increased from 25 to 27.5 seconds. Decay rate on final objective points A and E has been doubled for attackers to not lose their progress as quickly when stepping off the point. Capture time for defenders on objective points B and D have been increased by 10% to give attackers more opportunities to attack the point. Interesting. All right, so we're going to... So we have this right. This is just going to create more stalemates. Like, it's going to be like 5-4 almost every game now because of this. We want to reduce the number of one-sided stomps occurring in the Clash game mode. We want to address the difficulty of securing at least one segment on the final objective points as attackers. So we tweaked the capture time for the defending team to make the fight more objective. This doesn't hit for me. The game mode's not great. Like, we've already been past that point, but this is like a little bit weirder than that. Like, you don't really get any sort of enjoyability from being able to move between those points, especially on the Anubis one, where you are incredibly cluttered in on the points between B and, like, where B and D go towards A and E respectively. The actual, like, the ability to fight in those areas is really bad, so it just automatically creates a snowball anyway. Like, the map doesn't help either. Circuit Royale. First point, new exit options from attackers in initial spawn to reduce spawn camping. Necessary. Initial high ground right flank brought in and access adjusted to reduce spawn camping. Okay. Cover options added. Okay. New far side flank option to contest defenders on the high ground by the bridge. Oh, there's actually like a thing blocking the door now. I don't see any way out of... Oh, you can actually take the whole thing... Oh, okay. That's... So, they can't get to you no more. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, the doors don't mess around anymore, which is nice. Oh, there's actual barricades over here now. That's cool. What's happening on second point? Improved spawn protections for attackers leaving the second spawn area. Additional cover added while pushing high ground. New flank added for attackers to take rear high ground by the chicane. Hill lowered slightly and road angled forward to make approach attackers slightly more comfortable. And then third point, improved options for attackers leaving the third spawn area to combat spawn camping. Flank route to high ground pool area widened. And an additional cover added to increase play options in this space, which is basically the only way you can really go because that's just how awkwardly it's designed. Sightlines improve for attackers to poke at the entrenched defender positions in the final area. Okay, so let's see here. So point 2, we have flatter course over here on both sides. Yeah. Okay. We have 2 doorways out. Oh, there's actual stairwells to the, yeah, because this is the, yeah, this was a bit of a problem for that side. Okay. What's in, oh, there's another doorway there. Okay. Cool. Doesn't mean much. I understand having the intro point and that being wider is very helpful. That's necessary. All right. Could be worse, I guess. Starting Dorado. Oh, wow. They did Dorado changes as well. Starting high ground cover access has been adjusted to reduce spawn camping. Flank routes have been streamlined. Various geometry adjustments provide more. Okay. And second point, staircase added for easier attack. Oh, the stick. Where is it? I wonder where it is. Added access to courthouse for the attackers. Oh, the side door. Sick. Cover added to choke point on the main path. All right. So what are we looking at? Oh, the stairwell shit. Okay. So this is just all, is that just all open on that side now? I wonder. And then side flank route has stairs now, so you can actually make it to behind the area, because that was way worse than it was before. Good for flanker. Okay. And then, ooh, this has an opening now. Interesting. We have renovated. All right. That stairwell is humongous. That's actually humongous. All right. What is here is what I was worried about. What have they changed here? You have one sign. Oh, and a oh, okay, we got a blockade over there too. All right. Reasonable. Not great, but it's reasonable. Point 3, this doesn't do enough. I'm going to say that out loud. Does not do enough. Havana. Reduce sightlines into attacker spawn. Added new options for attackers to exit their spawn. Reduce the best of high ground vantage points for attackers. Second point, widen doorways in certain routes for cleaner navigation. Close small holes through certain assets to block sightlines and projectiles. And the third point, redesigned attacker spawn interior and added additional rules for a safer attacker exit. Sightlines from the fort wall to spawn main round have been. Oh my god, did they actually make it so you can actually access the fort now? That's crazy. And then pathing into the fort has been consolidated on one side and cleaner flow and to give both teams more options in combat. Okay. There's a high ground spot here now. Good. It's necessary because god, it was terrible. This one's blocked shut now. That's cool. Point 2. There's no doorway here anymore. Wow. There are just 2 doorways on the sides. Uh-huh. Okay. And then, oh, they got rid of those stairs for the attack. Oh, for the defender side. That's sick. Okay. So that's third point exit. Cool. All right. And then this is actually playable area now with cover, or at least exiting area to an extent, because you got cover from that side. And then the fort side, the right side is now consolidated to look less terrible, but you can still fall off this high ground side by the look of it. At least make it around, but you can at least make it around the back if necessary, which is fine. Numbani, oh boy. Attacker's initial spawn has been pushed a lot closer to the first point to reduce run back. Oh wow. Wow, that's a big one. Lowered some high ground around first point, easier access to flank routes around. Oh my god, does that mean you can actually play rush comps on fucking Numbani now? Oh lordy. Oh lordy. Combine the pass around the building behind payload on first point one room that connects everything. Second, forward defender spawn points have been added to reduce run back times for defenders. Crazy. So second point's not an instant win anymore. Staircase has been added to near attackers forward spawn for easier access to high ground. Sick. Added a connecting path past and above the choke into third point. Look, if okay, all Sombra hate aside, right? If you like, I'm mourning the loss of Sombra, you can at least appreciate some of these map changes because that's crazy. Relocated a pesky sign and removed the tree. So the bus covers that entire route now without any problem at all. The coffee house actually does go to a higher ground spot. Can you actually? Is it accessible up there? Not really. Okay. Uh. Oh. Oh. I don't like that. There's no way in now. You have to go through the atria to get up. I mean, that's probably better for defenders, I get. But attackers are still kind of screwed there unless there's no front way in. Oh, never mind. The stairs are on this side now. Okay, that's fine for that side at least. That makes a little more sense for that side. The point itself, one less crappy doorway for that, but that's still the one thoroughfare. Signs no different. Vantage point no different. Although that is the high ground door spawn, so that's fine. What's missing? Oh, the bus has been changed into this pillar that you can get onto. It doesn't look like you can climb it the old-fashioned way, though. So it's still 50-50. These are now actual stairs instead of weird ways to get around, so that's fine. Where is this sign, this pesky sign and tree that have been removed from point 3? That's what I want to know. Anyway, bug fixes. Fix the bug that caused some players to be unable to purchase golden weapons. Heard that was a problem, yeah. Fix the bug where the voice chat device's setting was unable to be changed. Oh. Wait, is that the console one that's fucking broken? Cool. Fix the bug that caused adrenaline chugging achievement to sometimes not grant. Heroes. Fix the bug with walking mate, don't care. Fix the bug where Sigma will not gain overhealth from Juno's Meta Blaster. Rough. Reaper. In a previous update, fix the bug that caused exit sound enemies Reaper Shadow Step. What the fuck does that? What? The exit sound of the enemy Reaper's Shadow Step. Okay. Cool. Okay, I'm interested in these map changes, especially the ones on Dorado and Havana. I like some of the circuit changes, but I mean, these are places you were fighting around anyway because of this problem, so maybe that will at least alleviate that pressure. Yeah, the Sombra nerf is humongous though. Holy balls. Yeah, I get it now. I totally get it. Oh, that's so painful. Whew. Okay, that's yeah. So I'm sorry, Sombra remains. I think your character's dead. Plus side though, it looks like some rush comps might be possible on the maps that were notoriously terrible for it. So that's a good sign. All right. Thank you all for watching this and my reactions to your patch notes, etc. I hope you enjoyed. I am still doing VOD reviews in my server. They are just in a different layout now. I'm not streaming them regularly. I am producing them purely for my patrons. If you request a VOD review from me and I accept it, you will still get a VOD, like a copy of that VOD review. You can find all the information on it coming soon in my Discord server. I'll be doing this for Overwatch and League of Legends, and I'll have more info on that coming soon. But yes, please come through, seek my advisor channel, and you can get a VOD review from me or my advisors at any point in time, as long as we are available. Okay? Either way, come through the Discord, have a look at it, and also consider subscribing to my patrons where you can get the entire log of all of the VOD reviews that I'm going to do in the future. And yeah, hope you all enjoy that, and I will see you all soon. Love you all. Best to you. Support the roast. Bye-bye.